You're there now. You're there now. I want you to start getting the images, the emotions, the feelings. Whatever you experience is what you need to know.
It's white. It's white.
Yeah. This place is white. And in this white place where you are, can you look at your feet? Can you see your feet in this place?
I see it's like clouds. It's
It
like
has
all
clouds.
cloud. It's white and blue.
White and blue. Very good. Does it feel like you have a body there?
I try to look at my feet, but they look they look like dirty.
They look like dirty. What are you wearing on your feet?
Nothing.
Nothing.
My feet nails are long, and I have a lot of hair on my legs.
My feet are long and I have a lot of hair on my legs. Good. Keep looking at that feet and you can keep touching your body. Keep touching your body and tell me, does the body feel young or old?
Feels feels like I'm in mid age.
Mid-age. Yeah. Does it feel female or male?
Male.
Male. Keep touching your body. What are you wearing? What are you dressing?
It's like I'm a caveman. Like um
Mm-hmm.
have a big beard
Uh-huh.
and my hair is all messed up
Okay.
and I'm all dirty.
I'm all dirty. Good. Keep describing to me that place where you are. How does it look?
I'm shaking.
I am shaking. Why are you shaking?
I'm cold.
I am cold. Do you live nearby?
I only see white stuff.
I only see white stuff. And that white stuff that you see, that's something that you can touch? Maybe snow, like ice?
Yeah, yes, a lot of snow.
A lot of snow. Okay, good. Keep walking around that place.
My hands are
Ha,
very cold.
has and cold. hmm Do you live close by?
I don't see where I am.
You don't see where you are.
I'm
Just move
scared.
around. hmm
I'm scared.
hmm That's fine. Let's see where you go. Keep moving. Keep moving in time and space. Keep walking around that place. Let's see where you go. And as you keep walking, do you can you let me know if you have a family or a group?
My teeth are shivering.
Your what?
My teeth are shivering.
Your teeth are shivering because it's cold. What do you use to protect you from the cold?
I don't think I have anything.
Anything. So let's remember how you got to that place with nothing to wear on your feet and nothing to cover you from the cold. How is it that you got there?
I feel like I'm lost.
You think like you're lost?
I don't see none of my family. Nobody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I try to look around, but it is only white. It's only snow.
Only snow. Mm-hmm. Have you been in this place before? Have you been in the snow before? Have you seen this white stuff before?
I feel like my lower stomach is very heavy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And why do you think that is?
My hands are heavy and my fingers are very cold
Very cold. Mm-hmm.
and it's like I feel I'm not gonna make it because it's too
Mm-hmm.
cold.
Okay. Have you been there for a long time already?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I want you to move forward. Move forward a little bit. You can condense time and let me know what happens.
I feel like my whole body is getting frozen.
My body's getting frozen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My legs are getting frozen.
Mm-hmm. What color are they now?
They're very white.
They're very white. Mm-hmm. I want you to move forward a little bit and just let me know if this is the place where that life ends.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Before you let that life end, we're going to go back in time in the same life of that caveman, of that man. I want you to go back in time. Leave that scene, leave that snow where you're shivering. And I want you to go to the time before you got lost and let me know what is happening. You can go back in time to the time before you got lost. Once you're there, you let me know. Did you find it?
trying to see the green grass.
I'm trying to see the green grass. Are you with your group?
I see the green grass.
Mm-hmm. You see the green grass? Is there anyone with you?
No,
No. Which place is this? Where the green grass is?
I see the green mountains.
Green mountains? Mm-hmm.
I
Have
see
you been to this?
a
Mm-hmm.
house full of big rocks, gray
Full of
rocks.
gray rocks? Okay. Is that where you live?
It looks familiar, but I don't know if I live
Mm-hmm.
there.
Okay, let's find out. I want you to go to that house with big rocks. Move to the house. Just stand in front of it. How does it look from the outside?
It looks like the door that I opened.
Uh-huh. Okay, very good.
It
Get
gives
in
me
the house.
happiness.
It gives you happiness. Good. Let's see why it gives you happiness. Go inside that house. What is in that house? What did you find?
I see my kids.
Your kids are there? Mm-hmm. Good. So now that you see your kids there, tell me how they look.
I just those like I'm laughing.
They're laughing. Mm-hmm. So how many kids do you have there?
I see two,
Two.
but
Mm-hmm. Two
they're
boys,
like
two
a hug.
girls.
They're so happy to see me.
Mm-hmm. So hug them. You can have them. That time doesn't exist. Everything is happening now. So you can hug them and be happy there. So tell me, those kids, are they two boys, two girls, a girl and a boy?
I feel it's a girl and a boy.
Girl and a boy? How do they look?
They look. Oh, they had dresses.
They have dresses? How do
Even the
those
boy.
dresses look? Uh-huh.
Even the boy has a dress.
Has a dress? And what do you make dresses of?
He has a skirt.
Skirt? Okay. And in that house, what do you use to cook? Do you guys cook? How do you prepare your meal, or how do you gather food?
They're so happy.
They're so happy. hmm So let's do an exercise. I want you to look at those eyes. Get one of the kids first. Take a look at those kids' eyes, one of them. And I want you to remember that the eyes are the windows of the soul. Let me know if any of those will be or are in Lucy's life now. Have they been with you before?
Yeah, but
Good.
I don't recognize their eyes.
You don't recognize their eyes, but you know they have been with you before.
Yeah.
Good. So enjoy that moment. You can hug those kids. Enjoy that moment. And as you hug them, can you describe your house to me, please?
He has a fireplace.
Has a fireplace.
The kids are playing by the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
warm inside.
It's warm inside. Mm-hmm. And so you're the man of the house. And how's the kid's mother? Where's the mother?
I see the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
The, it's rustic.
Mm-hmm. Is she
The,
there?
I'm trying to look for her.
Mm-hmm. You can move around.
The top of the kitchen is like a black rock.
Black rock. Okay. Are you happy in that place?
It's very peaceful, very happy.
Very peaceful. And and your mate, do you love her? Are you guys okay? Are you happy as a couple? Why are you crying?
I recognize her.
You recognize her? Who is she?
I am scared.
You're scared?
Yeah.
Who is that woman?
It's him.
Hmm? Can you repeat again? Can you repeat again? Who is she?
It's Daniel.
Is Daniel? Okay. How do you get along with her?
He seems happy.
He seems happy. And how is she with the kids?
I don't know. She's
hmm
cooking.
She's cooking. Good. So let's move away. Let's move away from that scene. Let's move away from that scene. And I want you to move forward to the next important event in the life of that man that looked like a caveman. Move to the next important event in that life.
I don't want to leave my kids.
hmm Well, we're just gonna say goodbye for a moment because you know that they're all the time with you. Time does not exist. Everything is happening now. So they are with you. But we need to find out what happened in that life. So let's move away from that scene. Say your kids goodbye for a moment, temporarily, and move away to the next important event of the life of that man that looked like a caveman. Once you're there, let me know. Just travel in time and space, drifting and floating, floating and drifting to the next important event of the life of that man. Did you find it? What is
I gotta
happening?
leave the house.
I have to leave the house. Why do you have to leave the house?
They're taking us to like war or something. We all have to go.
You all have to go? Are you the same man that looked like a caveman?
Yeah.
Okay. You all have to go. And where do you have to go?
It's like to war or
To
something.
war. Okay. Keep
Very
describing to
sad.
me.
I don't want to leave
Very
my
sad.
kids.
Are you being forced to leave?
Yeah.
Yes. Who's forcing you?
It's like the troops.
The troops. So you're going with those troops. And what about your kids and your wife?
They're saying goodbye.
They're saying goodbye, so they're staying.
Yeah.
Okay. How are those troops dressed? Are they like soldiers?
Yeah.
How are they dressed?
They're green.
They're in green.
Green.
What are
Green
they wearing on their
mountains.
feet?
Black boots.
Black woods. Are they wearing anything on their head?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are they wearing?
They're wearing like pointy hats.
Mm-hmm.
They
Okay.
have
Uh,
big long guns.
Big long gowns. Are they speaking the same language we're speaking now?
Not no English. No, it's not. It's not
No
here
English.
in United States. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's like on. I don't know where it is, but it is. It has a lot
Doesn't
of
matter.
green mountains.
Green Mountains. Do you speak the same language that they speak?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you repeat to me what they're saying to you in their language?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
But
dressed
can
like
you?
them.
You're not dressed like them. Mm-hmm. Okay. So go with them. Let's see what happens. Move again in time and space. You're going with her. Let's see where you guys go. Move in time and space. When you're there, let me know. Drifting and floating, floating and drifting, drifting and floating, floating and drifting. When you're there, let me know.
I'm holding a picture.
I am holding a picture. Mm-hmm. Okay. And
My,
who's in that picture?
my kids and my wife
My kids, my wife. Mm-hmm. Where are you now?
in the mountains.
In the mountains? Mm-hmm. How are you dressed there?
How gray pants.
Gray pants. Mm-hmm.
Um, a big, um, like a coat, gray coat.
Gray coat. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any weapons with you? No. Mm-hmm. And where are you? What is this place?
It's like on the top of the mountains. It's cold.
Tom. It's cold. Mm-hmm. Is anybody with you?
Yeah, there is more people and soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're waiting for somebody.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you part of the soldiers? Are you fighting the same cause, or are you like a prisoner maybe?
We need to fight with them.
You need to fight with them, even though you're not a soldier.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I just have a knife.
You have a knife. And what is your name there? What is your name? How do people call you?
Colby. Colby.
Mm-hmm. Colby? Is that how they call you? Colby?
Yeah,
Okay. How do you feel there?
I'm anxious. We're waiting.
Anxious? We're waiting. Okay. Let's let's condense time once again. Let's see what happens. What are you guys waiting for? Let's see what happens. Condense time. Your spirit, no time, space, no limits.
They're coming in horses.
They're coming in horses. Do you know who's coming?
The people who they're fighting with.
Okay.
But it's not my fight.
It's not your fight. So move forward. Let's see what happens. Do they fight? Do they get to fight?
I'm hiding.
I am hiding.
I'm scared to fight.
I'm scared to fight. hmm hmm Keep telling me what is happening.
I'm hiding under like a little cave with snow. But I can
hmm
hear the horses going through everything.
hmm hmm
I hear people screaming.
Screaming. What kind of weapons do they have? Do you know?
Guns.
Guns.
They didn't give me a gun,
They didn't give you a gun.
so I'm
Mm-hmm.
scared.
Mm-hmm. So let's find out. Move forward. Let's find out if you leave that cave where you're hiding, or if you get to fight at all.
It's just snowing.
It's snowing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people laying in there in the snow
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
blood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do now?
I don't want to touch the blood. I
Mm-hmm.
don't
I
know
don't
if
want to
they're
touch the blood.
alive, people.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going now?
I want to run away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Keep going. Keep moving forward. Forward in time. Let's see where you go. Let's find out where you go.
I feel so dirty with the blood.
Mm-hmm. I feel dirty with the blood.
I want to go back home, but I don't know where I am.
Mm-hmm. I want to go back home, but I don't know where I am. So this area is not familiar to you. Keep moving forward. Let's see what happens. Move forward, condense time. Let's see what happens.
I want to take my clothes off because they're with blood. They are dirty with blood.
Mm-hmm. So do you take them off?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What happens next?
I know I shouldn't take them because it's cold,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd rather be cold than have the blood in me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So move forward. See where you go or what happens next. Drift and float. Float and drift. See where you go.
Just walk and walk. I don't know where I am.
Mm-hmm.
There
I
is
don't know where I am.
nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not gonna be able to see my kids and my wife again.
Mm-hmm. I want you to move forward to the last minute of that life. Move in time, the last minute of that life. And tell me what is happening.
I just feel that my body is all getting numb.
Getting numb, okay. Are you naked?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I keep I keep thinking that it's just my fault why I'm dying because I cannot find the place. I cannot find the way back
Mm-hmm.
home.
Mm-hmm.
And I am thinking why I didn't pay attention to be able to go back home.
Mm-hmm. It's difficult to pay attention when there's a lot of people fighting, a lot of noise, a lot of snow. It's a chaos. People get lost. That happens. I want you to move forward to the time you leave that body. Move forward to the time you leave that body. Let me know once you're out of that body.
I am out of it.
You're out of it?
Yeah, I can see myself
Oh.
in the snow.
Mm-hmm. What do you see down there below? How does the body look?
I had like very, very aggressive factions, like facial expressions. My hair was reddish,
Mm-hmm.
very white, very hairy.
Mm-hmm. And now that that life has ended, let me know if it was easy for you to leave that body.
It was easy to leave the body.
Mm-hmm. And now, if you look at, if you make a balance of that life, what do you think you had to learn in that life?
I needed to pay attention,
That you needed to pay attention? Mm-hmm.
the small
Any?
details.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I would have paid attention, I would have been able to go back home.
Mm-hmm. I see.
It wasn't that
So
far.
you can see now that it wasn't that far. Hmm. So where do you decide to go now that you're out of the body?
Just looking around my house,
You're looking around my house.
my kids and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I'm around them.
Mm-hmm. Now that you're in the spiritual world, can you tell me if those kids and wife will be again with you in a future life?
My kids are so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
My son almost looked like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
He had
Oh.
blonde, long hair.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That's why I thought at the beginning that I had two girls, but he was a boy.
He was a boy. Mm-hmm. Okay. And now that you're in the spiritual world, see if those kids and wife will be with you again in the future, in a future life.
I have a feeling like Susie is not there, but Sebastian was the little boy that looked like a
Sebastian was a little boy. Mm-hmm. Good. So now you can see you have been together before. And that means that you will be together again many, many times. Now I want you to tell me if you go to the light. I want you to go to the moment where you go to the light, if you ever go to the light.
I do go to the light.
Okay, good, good. So now I'm going to ask that man whose life just ended to give an advice to Luz. What advice would you give Luz for his life? You are going to be Luz in a future life. What advice would you give to Luz, knowing what she has been through?
She was too anxious.
Can you repeat that again, please?
He was too anxious.
hmm
His anxiety made him lost.
hmm So, what advice would you give to Luz?
To calm down,
To calm down,
to think,
to think, hmm
to pay attention.
to pay attention to small details?
Yeah.
hmm Can you tell Luz what her mission is? Are you allowed to say?
I feel like forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself. So she's facing the same She's facing the same situation you faced in a previous life because you were not forgiving yourself for not paying attention and for getting lost.
Yeah.
Now Lucy's facing a different situation where again she needs to learn how to forgive herself. Do you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many more lives does Luz need in order to learn how to forgive herself? Or should we make it learn it in this one and be done with it?
This is it.
This is it, right? Good. Excellent. Okay. So I thank you for the information and for the life you have shown to Luz. I want you to continue with your journey. Go where you have to go. And Luz, I want you to disconnect from that man. I want you to disconnect all your emotions and feelings from that life that just ended. And once again, if you want, you can return to this beautiful mountain where you go. It's your favorite place. And keep walking in that mountain. And once again, see what you find. Last time you found a door. Let's see if this time you find a bridge, cave, a pathway. Whatever you find, let me know what's ahead of you.
Flowers.
Is what?
Flowers.
Flowers, okay. Good.
Yellow
What
flowers.
color? Yellow flowers. Good. So these flowers, I know they're magical. So I want you to walk through those flowers and I want you to touch them as you walk. Touch them with your hand and feel their energy. Feel their happiness. And I'm going to ask those flowers to take you back and back in time and space to another space, another place, another time where there's information we need to analyze. Gonna ask those flowers as you walk because it's field full of flowers, beautiful yellow flowers. As you touch them across that field, you will see that the landscape will change, your body might change, the time and the weather might change. Keep walking, and I'm going to count from 5 to 1. When I get to 1, you will be on the other side of that field of beautiful flowers, and you'll be in a different place and time. 5. Go deep, deep. 4. Travel in time and space. 3. Another time, other people, other places. 2. Go traveling in time and space. And 1. You're there now. Hmm.
I'm laughing.
Mm-hmm. I am laughing. Can you see your feet where you are?
I'm barefoot, but I have a beautiful dress.
I'm barefoot and I have a beautiful dress. So are
I'm
you a
with my
woman?
daddy. Yes, I'm a little girl.
I'm with my daddy. And what color is your skin?
White. I look a lot like right now.
White. I'm with your daddy.
I'm with my
And
daddy.
where is? Mm-hmm.
He's
And what is?
chasing me. He has flowers and he's putting it in my head.
Mm-hmm. And which place is this?
It's like a field.
It's like a field. And how does your father look?
He look very handsome.
Handsome. What is your father's name?
Joseph.
Joseph. Mm-hmm.
He's 47.
So you how old?
47.
47. And how old are you?
I'm 6.
6. Okay, so enjoy that moment, running around that field with beautiful flowers, and enjoy playing with your father. Enjoy that beautiful day with your father. And as you walk, and as you run, and as you play with your father, let me ask you, are you happy there?
Yeah,
How do you get along with your father?
I love him.
You love him. I want you to look at your father in the eyes. hmm
I see him.
Remember, remember, the eyes are the windows of the soul. Is that man going to be or will be in Luz's life?
Yeah, he's my dad.
He's your dad. Very good.
He's different from his dad.
hmm
He's more happy.
He's happier there.
Yeah,
Good,
he's free.
good. He is free. Free of what?
He's a free
Free of
spirit,
what?
man.
He's a free spirit man. Good, good. So let's leave that scene. We're going to drift away from that scene. And I want you again to look for the next important event in the life of that little girl. Travel in time and space, drifting and floating, floating and drifting to the next important event. Let me know when you're there.
We're in a classroom. My dad is the teacher.
Hmm? Classroom, your dad is a teacher.
I'm not in the. He's not. I'm not his student.
You're not his student? What are you
He's.
doing there?
He takes me to his classroom, to his
Mm.
teachings.
hmm Do you know what he teaches?
Math.
Math. Good. Are you happy there?
Yeah, I'm very proud of him.
Good. Is this like a classroom?
Yeah, but we're poor. It's not. Uh, he's not teaching. I see kids, but they're
You see
barefoot.
kids? They're barefoot. And do you know what date it is? What year it is? Do you have that maybe in the walls in the classroom or a calendar? Do you see the year somewhere there?
I see him writing 1870.
1870. And are you speaking the same language we're speaking now?
Yeah,
hmm Good. And do you know the names of this school or this place?
the first thing that comes to my head is Middletown.
Middletown. hmm Okay, good. So again, we're going to drift away from that scene. Travel in time and space to the next important event of the life of that little girl. Drifting and floating, floating and drifting to the next important event in the life of that girl. Once you're there, you let me know.
I mean, the walls are like dark green.
The walls, it is like a room.
Yeah, I'm
hmm
sitting right next to my dad.
Sitting next to my dad. Are you older?
It's the same age.
hmm Okay. And what is happening?
He's sick.
You're sick?
He is sick.
He is sick. hmm What symptoms does he have?
He's coughing a lot. Mm,
hmm Is he in
He's
bed?
yeah. He's holding my hand.
hmm hmm What happens next?
I'm touching his head.
I am touching his head. Do you have anything like doctors there?
Yes. Um, no, I don't see any doctors.
Mm-hmm. Is your mom with you?
No,
Mm-hmm. Do you have a mom?
mm-mm. It's only him and
No.
I.
Mm-hmm. So what happens next?
He is touching my hand and holding it very hard.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling me that he's gonna be okay.
He's telling me that he's gonna be okay. Mm-hmm.
But I'm very worried about him.
He's very worried about him.
His skin looks like greenish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's breathing really.
Really strong. Mm-hmm. Has he been feeling that way for some time already, or this recent?
This just happened.
It just happened. Mm-hmm. So move forward. Let's see what happens next.
I think he's just sucking it up so I won't get scared.
Mm, I see.
He doesn't want me to be scared.
Hmm. Move
He's
forward. Move forward. What's happening is next.
he's trying to comfort me because I'm crying and he said that it's gonna be okay. He
Mm-hmm.
said he said my name is Lucy.
Lucy.
Just saying, Lucy, look into my eyes. It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Mm-hmm. So if your dad said it's gonna be okay, then it's gonna be okay, right?
No.
No. Let's find out what happens next. Move forward.
He's not here anymore.
Mm-hmm. So his body just died.
No, he passed away a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bigger now.
You're bigger now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what is happening?
They're taking you to. They're taking all of the women's
They're taking all the women. Where are they taking you?
to a bus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To a bus. Do you know where they're taking you? Who's taking you?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel there?
I'm concerned because I don't know where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. You don't know where you're going.
There is some people crying.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you ask anybody that is close to you if they know where they're taking you?
Nobody knows. They're
Nobody
t-
knows.
they're talking about it. They don't know where they're going.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I like my hairstyle.
Mm-hmm. How does it look?
very nice. I have like a room in one side and another room in another side.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. Let's move forward in time and space. Let's condense time again. Let's see where they're taking you. Drift and float. Float and drift. Get to where they're taking you now.
It's like a factory with sewing machines.
Mm-hmm. Factory with sewing machines.
We need to start sewing the people.
Mm-hmm.
People that is gonna go to
And people that is going
war.
to what?
War.
Mm-hmm. Warren. Okay. Now, where were you? Why were you taken? Why would they force you to take you? Is there any kind of war or anything like that going on?
I don't know. We cannot leave.
You cannot leave. Okay. All right. So, tell me what happens in this place. How are you treated in this place?
Good. I'm not
Good.
sad.
You're not sad. Mm-hmm.
I'm just sewing.
I'm just sewing.
Sewing keeps my mind busy.
Sewing keeps my mind busy. Okay.
I don't have any family, so it's fine for me here.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter where you are because you don't have anybody. Is that what you feel?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's again, let's going to drift away from that scene. Drift away. And we're going to look for the next important event in the life of that woman. So we're going to drift and float. Floating and drifting. Drifting and floating to the next important event in the life of that woman. Once you're there, you let me know.
There is chaos.
There is chaos. What is happening?
We're outside and there is a lot of people running. There's like
Mm-hmm.
smoke everywhere.
Smoke everywhere. Mm-hmm. Do you hear any noises?
Yeah, like guns.
What do you hear? Guns. Mm-hmm.
But nobody's
Keep
dying.
telling me what is happening. Mm-hmm.
They're just running. They're scared.
They're scared. And what are you doing? Are you running as well?
No, I'm just looking at
No,
everybody.
just looking at everybody. hmm Just move forward, see what happens next.
They're taking us to like a in a truck with with like barriers, like um, metal barriers. That truck with metal
Uh-huh.
barriers,
Okay.
like if you
Mm-hmm.
come from the zoo or something.
Who's taking you? Or how are they
Soldiers,
dressed? Soldiers.
but they look like policemen, like the police.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't do anything bad. I wasn't
What
even
color is the
running.
uniform?
They have the same cap as the policemen's,
Mm-hmm.
and They have something crossing their chest,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and they're carrying
I
their
see.
guns in their chest,
They're carrying their guns in the chest.
and they're
Mm-hmm.
wearing green uniforms.
They're wearing green uniforms.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So
And
let's see where they'll take you. Oh, go ahead. Keep describing
they're
to me.
taking us. They're just taking us. We don't know where we're going again.
Okay.
It's like a new
Let
place.
let's go. Let's condense time again. Move forward in time and space. Moving forward in time and space. See where they're taking you.
They're taking us to jail.
They're taking you to jail. Do you know why?
No, I didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. How does that place look?
Black.
Black.
Yep. Like the walls are black.
Black. Are there any smells?
Yeah, it smells like humidity.
Humidity. Okay. Okay.
I'm
So
with all the
now
girls
that you
there.
don't
Nothing, nothing. We're just sitting there. We don't know what happened.
you don't know what happened. Okay, let's find out. Let's move forward once again. Move forward and see what happens in that jail.
I'm starting to get really angry.
I'm starting to get angry.
They're keeping us there, but they're not telling us why.
hmm Are
They're
you forced to
laughing.
do anything you don't want to do?
No, we're just there. They they're laughing at us.
Who's laughing?
The policemen.
Policeman. Okay. All right, Lucy. Let's drift and float away from that scene. Gonna drift away from that scene. I want you to go to the last moment of the life of that woman. Go forward, move forward to the last minute of that life. Drifting and floating, floating and drifting to the last minute of that life. Once you're there, let me know what is happening.
I am there.
What is happening?
I'm laying down in a like cement or something in like a semi floor because
Laying down cement, okay.
there is not even place to sleep or anything,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just really
How
mad,
does your body feel?
tired.
Tired.
I'm not that old.
Mm-hmm.
um, I feel like hot.
Do you feel like you're
Hot.
hot? Okay. Do you know what that is?
Like I have a fever.
Fever. Okay. Keep describing what happens. Move to the time where you leave that body. Let me know once you're outside the body.
It's like I cannot leave the body.
You cannot leave the body. Hmm. Why do you think that is?
I try to look at myself and I can't believe how I look. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like what a life.
Mm-hmm. Was
That
a difficult life?
I just, I'm mad because they put us there and now on. God,
Mm-hmm. Let's see if you leave that body with no problems after all.
feels my anger. Doesn't let me
Mm-hmm.
do
I
it.
see. Mm-hmm. And do you know what you're angry about?
Yeah,
What are you angry about or what? Mm-hmm.
about the people that capture us.
Mm-hmm.
They were laughing at
So let
us.
me mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question, Lucy. At this time you might be asking the question, why? Why did this happen to me? Why are you treating us this way? Right? Let's change the question. Instead of asking why, let's ask the question, what for? What did this happen for? What have you learned from this?
I recognize one of the guys that are laughing at me.
Mm-hmm. Who is that guy?
It's my brother.
Is your brother? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So let me ask you the question again. What have you learned from this experience? It made you a stronger person for sure. A spirit. Made your spirit stronger. What else have you learned from this experience?
Not to be angry about it.
Not to be angry about it. Hmm. What else?
Not to take it personal.
Not to take it personal. Because that life that just ended is like a play, a customized play just for you for your spiritual evolution. You know now that what dies is the body, not the spirit. The spirit lives forever and comes back again in a different body. So, knowing that, Lucy, knowing that, do you forgive those men that did this to you? That thinking that mistreating your body or killing your body was going to kill your spirit. You know that is not true. Let me ask you a question,
It's just so
Lucy.
ignorant.
Okay, good. And I was going to ask you this question. Let's assume you're on the streets and you're walking on the street and there is a blind man walking past you and that man steps on your foot. The blind man steps on your foot. Will you get upset at that man
No, because he's blind.
because he's blind? And all of those people that you're just telling me about are blind, aren't they?
Yeah.
They don't know how this works. So why getting mad at them? They're blind. You understand how it works. Will you forgive those men?
He
Those men,
just did it
right? Do you
intentionally.
forgive? Hmm. Yeah, because they don't know what karma is. They don't know what reincarnation is. Yeah, they did might be doing it on purpose, but they're doing it on purpose because they're being ignorant. They don't know how this works. They're blind. They have not awakened spiritually. You are doing that right now. So, do you forgive them for being ignorant, for being blind? Or you can carry this feeling, this emotion this, I don't know, anger with you to the next life. No, and continue with it. And in each life will be like carrying a backpack full of old books, old lessons. This was a lesson that just ended, and the next lesson will be a more advanced lesson. So why carrying old books from life to life with you, like if you were carrying a backpack? Doesn't make sense, doesn't it? So it is your choice, your decision. Do you want to leave that backpack behind now, or do you still want to carry with you a few more lives?
I wanna leave it now.
Leave it now. Forgive those men. Even though they did it intentionally, they were blind, they didn't know what they're doing. If they only knew that because of the law of karma they will experience the same thing in the future, or maybe even worse, they would not do it. So they're blind.
Yeah, they are.
Let's forgive them. Good. And now that you have forgiven them, I want you to get that emotion from your chest. Imagine that you're taking that energy away from your chest. Make it float above you, in front of you. If he had a color, what color would he have?
Red.
Red. If it would have shape, what shape would it have?
A heart.
Mm-hmm. A heart. And texture?
Tricky.
Okay. Good. Now let's give that emotion, that anger, that frustration back to the universe. You no longer need it. Send that lesson to someone else that needs it. You don't need it anymore. Send it away. Throw it away to the universe. And now that you have done that, Lucy, what would you like to put in that empty space where that anger, that emotion was? You can put something beautiful. You can put flowers. You can put a picture of you and your dad. What would you like to put instead?
A picture of me and
Right.
my dad.
Put a picture of you and your dad. Good. And now cover your spirit with white light and cover Lucy's spirit, body with white light. And now leave that body. Go to the spiritual world. And let me know when you're there. Leave that body now.
Hmm. My dad is
Good.
waiting for
Does it
me.
look better now? Your dad is waiting for you. Excellent. Go with your dad. Go to the spiritual world. Keep going up, up, up with your dad. Go to the light. That's our home. This life, this planet, it is just an illusion. Our real home is in the light with our spiritual group and guides. And I want you to visualize that you are there with your group and your guides at this time. Let me know if you see your guides. Any of them.
I see a purple light.
Purple light. Perfect. Excellent. Purple means advanced. So yes, that's your guide. We're going to ask you guys questions. Can you please ask him if we have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
Good. Let's ask your guide what your mission will be when you reincarnate as Luz in the next life. What will be your mission?
Love.
Love. Hmm. And now that we know that the mission is love, let's ask your guide, why is it that you had to go through the loss of your two kids? Ask your
Forgiveness.
guide or ask yourself, why did you choose that lesson?
Forgiveness
Forgiveness. Forgiveness to whom?
to myself and others.
There you go. Because in a previous life, we saw that you had to learn forgiveness and you had to face it again. And we need to learn to forgive. So we end with this lesson in this life. Next life will be a different lesson. And there are two ways to learn this stuff. You learn in love, with love, or you learn with suffering. And suffering is an amplifier of learning. And from what you have told me, it seems that your learning has been amplified
Yeah.
through all your suffering. So it's time to forgive now and end this lesson. Do you forgive the person that did that to your kids?
Yes, I did long time ago.
Okay, good. Do you forgive yourself for blaming you of what happened to them?
That's the hard part.
Uh-huh. Of course, because if it wouldn't be hard, it wouldn't be a lesson for you to learn. You already spent one life, at least one that we just visited, trying to learn that. It seems like you didn't learn it completely, so the next time it's gonna be more difficult, which is this one.
Hmm.
Now that you're in the spiritual world, ask your guide if we choose when and how we're going to live that life, meaning how is our body going to die. Ask your guide, do we choose how we're going to die and when?
Yes, he said.
He says. Can you ask your guide, is if for the purpose of your learning, your kids volunteer for that?
Yes.
They did, you see? It's all a play. What a beautiful lesson of love. Two kids that volunteer to go through that, two spirits. Because yeah, we saw body of the kids, but there are two spirits, advanced spirits, that volunteer to have you go through this so you can learn about forgiveness. And you ask your guide if that is the way it works.
Yes.
Good. Now that you understand that, do you forgive yourself for thinking you had to do anything about it when it was actually those spirits that chose that role in your life to help you?
Yes, I forgive
Do you
myself.
forgive yourself now? Yeah, good. I want you to put all that forgiveness all over your body. And we're going to ask your guide to help you. Put all that white light, beautiful white light, or maybe they're going to use a different color this time to help you. I want you to cover with love and forgiveness.
It's
Cover
blue.
all your body. Beautiful. What color is it?
Blue.
Blue? Excellent. Cover your body with blue light. All those parts of your body are or your soul that were affected by what happened to your kids. Your heart, your mind. And as you cover yourself in that beautiful light, I want you to start feeling lighter and lighter, happier and happier every time. Happier and happier every time. And as they keep working with you and on you, let's ask your guide if you and David have been together before.
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Let's ask your guide if your kids and you will be together again.
Yes. We will always be together.
Good. Right. And just to prove this to you, look around your spiritual group. See if you find them there. Your group is like a classroom. You're reincarnating groups, going from life to life, learning from each other. See if they're there with you.
I see my grandpa.
Mm-hmm. Good. Who else do you see?
I see just this light is so bright.
Mm-hmm. Whose light? Your grandpa's light
No,
or you
this
guys' light?
the purple light. Yes, so
The
bright.
purple light. Good. Good. Let's ask your guide for an advice. What advice will he give you at this time in your life?
Going.
Keep going.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Good.
It's gonna be
Just
okay.
continue with me. It's gonna be okay. Good. Excellent. All right. So we're gonna thank your guide for that information and cover all your body with that purple light. Get his purple light, put it all over your body, and feel completely healed. Lighter and lighter every time, full of love, full of forgiveness. Now that you understand that this life is like a play that is made for our evolution, knowing that your kids chose that role to help you learn about forgiving yourself. You
He's
learn
putting
that with
he's
his what?
putting he's putting crystals.
He's putting crystals.
He's
Good.
putting a crystal between my eyebrows, a green crystal,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
You
he's
ask him what that is for.
healing.
Mm-hmm. Healing. Perfect.
And he's putting
Let me.
pink crystals on my hands.
Mm-hmm. And what is the pink? What are the pink crystals for?
Build love.
Okay, great. Let me know when he's done.
He's going around my body like this.
Mm-hmm. Good. Just let it work on you. Let it work. Let it heal. Let him heal your body and your spirit.
I'm very, very hot as he do that.
Mm-hmm. Good. Hot means good. Ask him to let us know when he's done.
Good.
Very
He said
good.
it's good. Yeah.
Excellent. Good. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna thank him from his help for his help and the information he has provided. We're going to drift away. I want you to drift away from that from the spiritual world. Say bye to your group. Say bye to your guide for now. Disconnect all your feelings and emotions from there. And now, Luz, I want you to go back to that beautiful mountain where you were a few minutes ago. And I want you to walk again that beautiful mountain and maybe imagine those beautiful yellow flowers again. And as you walk through that field, that mountain, you can touch those flowers with your hands and feel that love, that energy, that beauty getting in all your body and your spirit. In a moment, Luz, I am going to count from 1 to 5. And as I count, I want you to go up the stairs, those stairs where you came down from. With each number that I count, you're gonna start feeling lighter and lighter every time. Super, super happy, recharged, and thankful for the information you have been given today. Going up the stairs now. 1. Coming up slowly, feeling lighter and lighter. 2. Keep coming up, lighter and lighter. I want you to disconnect your emotions and your spirit from any past life we visited. We just visited those past lives for information. And that's what they're good for, information. But the most important life is the current life. The now is what matters today. 3. Keep going up lighter and lighter. Forget everything you need to forget for the rest of your life and for the rest of your mission in this planet. 4. Keep coming up, feeling lighter and lighter, super, super happy. And every night you put your hand on your pillow, you will sleep and rest peacefully until the next day, unless you have any plans with your husband. And when you wake up, you will feel super happy, totally refreshed, rested, ready to start a new life, ready to start a new day, ready to continue your learning and your spiritual evolution. You're ready to come back as the happiest woman in this planet. You're ready to come back. And 5. Wake up. Open your eyes slowly.
Oh my God, they're so
Good.
heavy.
Welcome back. How are you feeling?
I feel like I have my hands and like my whole body is like I am 400 pounds.
Hmm.
So heavy.
Okay, good.
Wow.
How long do you think you have been laying there for?
Oh my
Don't
God.
look at the time.
Um,
Don't look at the time. How long
like
does it feel like?
30 minutes.
More or less.
Yeah.
Like an hour and 50? An
Oh
hour and
my
50,
God,
maybe?
I'm sorry.
That's
I
all right.
didn't put you to sleep though.
No, no, no. It was very interesting. How do you like the experience?
Wow, I love it. Oh my God.
Good.
Just
Do you remember?
yeah, I remember. Wow, I remember how I look. I remember it was very nerve-wracking how I look in
Mm-hmm.
that cold
And you were
place.
shaking. You were shivering. You
Yeah,
were
it
shivering.
it was so cold. I remember
Mm-hmm.
the cold of it, like the how my body was so cold, how my
Oh,
teeth were
you're.
just shivering.
Yeah, yeah. You remember, and you better remember because you were shaking there.
Yeah, and I remember how I look. I look like a caveman. I mean, I look very
Mm-hmm.
unkempt. It was like the hair was like all crazy
Mm-hmm.
reddish, and I had like a huge beard. My skin was like whiter than the white, and my legs were so hairy, and my nails, my toenails were long, long, long.
Oh,
And then,
good.
but then I
Uh,
remember when you were telling me about the door and how the door looked, it was exactly how my house and that place looked like.
and you got emotional just like that when you opened that door.
And how I felt when I was going to that house before I got to that door.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like the happiness, the like the euphoria that it was. So.
Right. You know that some people after a session, right? You have the conscious mind start saying, "You made it up. This is not true." And some people even tell me, "I think I made it up." Can you create a story? Can you make up a story and not stop talking for an hour and 50 minutes? Can you imagine emotions? Can your body imagine that it's cold? You
No.
see,
And then go from one
that's
from
hypnosis.
hot to cold, like from cold to hot.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like when the kids left, I remember like usually wanted it to dream with them, and you try to like before you go to sleep, try to dream with them, and you couldn't. It was
Mm-hmm.
like if they weren't there to give you a message or something, you were not gonna dream with them, or you were not gonna.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my daughter in a dream told me, "Mommy, I'm gonna come, but I'm gonna take all of your spiritual levels. Is that okay?" And I said, "Take them all. I don't need them. As long as you come, I don't need them."
Okay.
And
Okay.
I was pregnant of a little girl, and I lost the pregnancy. And then I got pregnant again, and I totally thought that it was a girl because she was good. I thought she was gonna come as a girl because she was a girly girl. And what happened was that Connor came, and it took a lot to me to accept that Connor could be Susie, but is a boy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Because
because
the spirit doesn't. It's
yeah,
a spirit. Doesn't mind if it's a boy or a girl.
so
It's
that
a
was a
spirit.
a big thing there. So it's just going
Mm-hmm.
back to what we were talking. It's just the same thing as like when you when you're seeing it. It's like you're not imagining it, but you're seeing it. You're
Mm-hmm.
like I was
Mm-hmm.
able to
It's
see
difficult to explain.
myself. Yeah, like I was able to see it.
Good. Good. Were you able to get what your lesson is? Why
I
you had to go through that?
Yeah, I think
There you go.
being that man on that lifetime, I was away from my family that I love so much, and then
Mm-hmm.
I was too worried or something about the war that I didn't pay attention, and I got lost and I died, and then I blame myself
Mm-hmm.
for it to not being able to.
Mm-hmm.
Even the last minutes, I was blaming myself for not being able to go back to the
Mm-hmm.
family.
And and now see it this way. So you needed to learn about forgiving yourself, which
Yeah.
you didn't forgive when you died as that man.
Mhm.
So it seems that um, you took it, and then I think it was Daniel,
Daniel.
Daniel,
Mhm.
your ex-husband,
Mhm.
Daniel. They chose that role.
Mhm.
There's no good and bad in the spiritual world.
Mhm.
There's no good and bad. Everything is learning. Everything is evolution. They took that role for your learning.
Mhm.
They helped you,
Mhm.
and that's why don't you already left it away, but no reason to carry that pain, that guilt. It was part of the learning. You know that you guys will be together again, and maybe next time it will be your turn to help them learn something else.
Mhm.
But this is a school, and this is a play.
That's
It's not
cool. And
real.
this is the playground.
So, there you go. Good, good. So,
Oh my God.
so good. Let me stop the recording. Before I stop the recording, today is November 19th, 2017. My name is Antonio Sangio, and we did this over Skype, and I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. And at this time of your life, you're in Alabama, right?
Yes.
I'm going to